Thank y'all for listening to the Southern Style Podcast. We appreciate y'all being here. I'm Michael Lee.
And this is Rick Henderson.
Here the hell we go. There's a 98% chance we do not have it together. Kind of like tornadoes hitting trailer park. There's a 98% chance that's happening.
That's a Southern thing, guys.
The Southern is cornbread and biscuits.
Kyrgyzstan, like, the places that you kind of essentially...
Can you spell that?
Absolutely not.
I didn't think so.
Don't forget, we're from the South.
What?
cut off the chicken talk,
Could you imagine walking you in here and have a damn 8-foot chicken in the corner?
I was thinking about putting him in the front yard.
This train wreck of a saga.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning.
Happy Hanukkah.
Not even close.
I know, just practicing. I'm not Jewish either, but
how's everybody doing? Okay, we heard you.
I was going to say they can't talk back, so hopefully they're doing okay and hadn't missed us too much since we hadn't been able to do podcasts because somebody went to Africa for a month and then a hurricane came through and tried to destroy most of Georgia and Florida.
It did a pretty good job at it.
It tried.
It did real good.
You will not stop us. You will not defeat us.
No, you can't stop the Southerners.
Just a little bit of wind and rain. That's all.
Yeah. No, it was a lot of wind. We didn't really get that much rain, but there was a lot of wind.
We got rain. Good gosh, we got 7 or 8 inches in a day.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think we got nowhere near that, but the wind was so bad. So that's kind of where we've been at. I know we haven't had a podcast recorded in 3 weeks or so, and so the hurricane pretty much stopped that, but we're still here. It didn't blow the podcast away.
I guess during a hurricane, if the wind blows hard enough, it can't rain.
You know what? I got to thinking that because we had the worst wind where we were at. It was 70 miles per hour. And
the worst wind was actually in Florida where it came on.
Yeah, I'm just saying in
our area.
In our area, yeah. What
how do you know? How do you know your wind was bigger than my wind?
Oh, I know without a doubt.
No,
because
you don't know that.
Yeah, I do because we were tore up worse. Yes, we were tore up worse than you guys.
How do you know? Have you been in my house? Have you been in my woods? Have you seen my stuff?
Because all the Southerners talked about it. You can bank on that.
Rick's like gravity. He always goes back to the Southerner.
Yeah.
You know that Southern, we're like, if Rick's mindset is like, it's our way. Like everything is Southern, period. We invented everything.
You saying that I'm hard up on?
Yeah, you're hardcore, man.
For real?
Yeah,
I never heard anybody say
you're hardcore Southern.
I never heard anybody say I'm hardcore Southern.
Yeah, you are.
Okay, well I'll take it.
Because if anybody's watched like all of our previous podcasts or listened to them, they've seen like, where'd that? Oh, we invented that. No, Rick, we didn't invent snow. But no, it's funny. Like during hurricanes, what people do. This in the South, it's the same for any kind of storm event.
Well, now let me stop you real fast. Why
are you stopping me?
Because
you didn't even know what I was saying.
Because I need to intertwine here that hurricanes are Southern. Okay, go ahead.
Hurricanes are Southern.
Yes, they are.
Hurricanes don't hit Hawaii. They don't hit other countries.
Hawaii's south.
Hawaii's west, bro. Hawaii's in the middle. It's its own spot in the middle of nothing but water.
If you look at the United States, the mainland United States, hurricanes don't hit Kansas. They don't hit Montana. They don't hit Utah.
Can't. There's not an ocean in Montana.
Exactly. Geologically speaking, hurricanes just are Southern.
Jason.
Am I wrong?
Will you buy this boy a globe?
Typhoons on the other side.
Yeah, and they rotate the other direction like the toilet.
I didn't say typhoons are Southern.
Yeah, but hurricanes that hit Hawaii are Southern. Rick, there's
mainland. Let's talk mainland.
Let's buy you a dictionary for a little while.
Let's just talk mainland
I need
here.
more coffee for this morning.
Tell me I'm wrong though. Do hurricanes hit Kansas?
They can't.
Exactly.
It's impossible.
Exactly.
So you can't take possession of something that doesn't exist where you are.
We own them hurricanes. Y'all hush.
You can't kill white-tailed deer in Antarctica, but they're not ours.
You're not going to change my mind on this.
Your logic is irrational, to say the least.
It works so good, though.
By God, if you can't prove me wrong, it's got to be true.
Prove me wrong, damn it.
It's got to be true.
Got to be.
Man, if you can't see in the dark, you must be blind. That's about where we're at with this. Wow. So anyway, back to the point I was trying to make, not some geographical foobar. storms, both winter and summer, people act the same in the South. Not that we have winter storms down here, but like if it's even a remote chance of a tenth of an inch of snow, people lose their mind.
Oh yeah. Shut schools down. Shut
yeah,
everything down.
Oh my gosh, it's
Take
gonna.
off
Well,
work.
everybody gets excited about snow because they don't see it, of course, and I understand that. But at the same time, bread and water. Everybody goes and buys bread and water.
Oh my God.
Like the funniest thing, I went to the grocery store. What was it? It was like Saturday after the Sunday or whatever, after the storm went through and kind of everything was somewhat getting back to normal with power and everything.
Yeah.
All the ice cream and beer were gone.
Whoa.
So we've shifted a paradigm shift
From
people
water.
bread and water to beer and ice cream.
Well, that's good because most everybody around here, they drink one bottle of water a week.
Maybe.
But maybe. But let a hurricane come and they got to have 15 cases at their house.
Exactly. Like
what's the deal with that?
Yeah. What do you mean? Are you afraid? Like, what are you going to take a bath with bottled water? You going to fill the tub up with it? You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. But the ice cream is what threw me for a loop. I can understand beer. Like, hey, if we ain't going to have power for a few days, I'm going to sit on the porch and pop some natties and we just going to kick back. You know what I mean?
They're going to be drinking their ice cream because it's not going to be froze.
That's my point. Like, you're going to go buy ice cream. Like, oh, yeah, it's hot outside. I'll go buy ice cream. But by the time I get to the bottom of it, it's going to be like a milkshake.
Yeah, it's never going to last through a hurricane.
And then you're going to use all your water flushing the toilet.
Yeah.
From eating all that ice cream.
Yeah.
That dairy's going to run through you, buddy.
Mm.
But people lose their mind. Like, but so with a hurricane, though, it's like, it's a badge of honor, right? Like, you're like, I'm not leaving my house.
Yeah.
I can take a category 5 right in the face. It don't matter to me.
They're prideful.
I'll sit on my dadgum porch. I'll duct tape myself to the 6x6 right here, and we would just ride this thing. I don't care. Bring it on. Like Lieutenant Dan, you know, in Forrest Gump. Bring it on, Jesus. Jumps off the boat, and he, you know. But that's how it, I respect it. I didn't leave my house, and I know you didn't either. But like, if I'm down there on the Florida coast, and you tell me there's a category whatever,
I'm out.
I'm gone. Man. I ain't gonna sit there and go, you know what? I think we can make it.
I want to.
And God loved the people like, you know, like Horseshoe Beach down here, Steenhatchee, Keaton. I mean, they got
hammered,
unbelievable, just
flattened.
They said one guy they couldn't get to leave Horseshoe. The story I heard anyway. One guy didn't leave, and then he had his oh crap moment. Like, his story was he looked out and the water was coming so fast. He said, "Oh crap, I gotta go," and then he went and like climbed a water tower.
Whoa! He's a gangster then.
That's the story, but you know,
that pride. But
really, like, I ain't leaving my house, and I get it, man. Like, it's hard to walk away from everything you got, and say, hopefully it'll be here when I get back.
Ooh, that's scary.
But you also live on the coast, so it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you're going to get one right up the butt. Yeah,
but you know what though? It's been my whole life, 40-something years here, that I've never seen a hurricane hit us the way it did. Somebody said, I think I heard or seen a statistic, this is just, take it with a grain of salt, but they said it was like 80 years since a hurricane hit right there, it impacted right there.
I saw something along those lines, but there was a one in like 2007 or something that came through, but it wasn't like this, but it came through. I don't remember. I mean, I was living here. I remember the storm, but it wasn't like
a bad one.
It wasn't like this. This was. Well, I mean, I've lived in South Georgia my whole life. This, other than Hurricane Michael, a few years ago,
I gotta watch them people, boy.
Yes, they will tear you up. Trust me. They're lucky this last hurricane that was in the Atlantic, Lee, didn't come over here because them Lees get loose, buddy. It's going to be bad.
Hey,
my granddaddy said there's more Lees than there are white people. That's what he say. That's quote. That's not a racist thing whatsoever, because we got them all in the family. We love y'all.
Wow.
So anyway, if we got in a hurricane, that'd be a Cat 5 all day long.
Yeah,
man.
Cat 6.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny you say that, because I saw this thing on TikTok or something. And by the way, thank y'all, everybody that follows us on TikTok. Our stuff is blown up on TikTok.
That is so crunk, and I enjoy reading. Honestly, the podcast is nothing compared to you guys' the comments, man. Some of the comments are amazing. We love y'all to death.
We got one video that's over 1 million views now with talking about all our southern women and how gangster southern women are.
Man, I'm in such trouble. Sherry says we're female bashing, and
we're not.
I know. I tell her, I say, baby, we're not female bashing. We're just speaking what's on our heart.
Exactly. We're from the South. You and I both have 40 plus years of experience in the South.
Yeah.
We're just talking about what we know.
Well, here's the thing. Sherry's telling me that we're female bashing, but every female that comments says, you guys are right. You guys are
99% of the comments are like, they ain't lying.
They're not lying.
I'm just saying.
If them boys need a good laugh, I just look at the comments.
Them boys are speaking the truth. I'll burn your house down, cut your throat.
With you in it.
And I've learned you don't mess with their children. Number one, you do not mess with a Southern woman's child.
I've seen that a lot.
They will. I believe a Southern woman will. You could mess with their. And I'm not condoning messing with children in whatsoever way because that is horrible. But if somebody mess with their kids, they have a superpower.
Oh yeah.
Wherever they're at.
Oh yeah.
They're coming.
Yeah.
And they're bringing hell with them.
They're going to throw their beer down and put their romper on, and they're going to get with it.
It's just like in my favorite movie, Tombstone. When Wyatt Earp says, "Tell them I'm coming," and hell's coming with me. That's a Southern woman if you mess with their children. I promise you.
That's right. That's right.
Their family, their children, and their dogs.
Yeah, I've been really like going through all of them just to kind of get a general idea of how they feel about it. Everybody. I mean, there's guys too commenting too, and
guys are like, I ain't gonna say it, but I agree with them. I ain't telling my wife that. But she'll shoot you over the head with a frying pan. But I was gonna say something else with that. The other favorite thing for all of them to comment is F around and find out.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot too.
They throw that one out there. Yeah.
Well, that's what actually is it Jim Cantori? Jim, that's the
Weather Cantori.
The weather. He pretty much said F around and find out when this storm Idalia was down below Florida, like down by Miami, coming up through the little channel there. And he said, Valdosta, you better be looking. You better be watching.
Actually, it started over in like off of Mexico.
Well, no, I'm saying when it got to that point.
No, it started there.
Oh, well, it was coming
I wanted
up.
to get your geography straight because I know you already know Kansas is by the ocean. So go ahead.
It was way down there, damn it.
Down there where all those other people from another country live, and it's coming our way. Jim Cantor said what?
He said, Valdosta, you better be paying attention. And for him to call that, that thing could have turned easily and went anywhere it needed to, but he literally nailed that thing. But when he gets involved and he says something, you can almost bank on it. When he's around, you better be worried.
Well, I mean, that's what everybody says. If anybody from Weather Channel shows up in your town, you're pretty much in crap.
You in the mess.
Scrap. Yeah. It's crap. I was hoping Jim was kind of getting old. And he was just kind of one like, you know what? I'm going to be close enough so that I can go down there afterwards, but I don't want to be in the middle of it anymore.
No, that sucker right there, when he shows up, y'all better get gone.
I don't really like the Weather Channel.
Well, I mean, they're all fakes. I mean, they can't judge the weather, but I guess they need to let old Jim do all of it because he nailed that one.
Actually, he just repeats what they tell him.
I'm sure, but
he's like Biden.
He's the face.
Jason's a big Biden fan, so we throw that out there. If you like Biden, we don't judge. I mean, it's whatever it is. What it is
what it is.
So we're not getting politics. Trust me.
Yeah.
We're not going in there. But yeah, I mean, people in the South, when a hurricane comes, we're 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Yeah.
We go buy all the bread and water and beer and ice cream, obviously. Now.
I didn't know about the beer and ice
I didn't
cream.
either. That was a new one, but maybe it was after the fact. Like, after, we're going to be without power for a few days, so let's just have us a daggum good time.
Just let's not remember it.
Because I was ready, like in my house, I was ready. I was just going to be like, man, we're fixing a barbecue for like 3 days straight.
Yeah, plug it up to your truck.
No, I got a green egg. I had charcoal, everything. I got outdoor fireplace. We was just going to have us a big time.
Yeah.
But anyway, I went and shot doves. So, all right. Spent time with
on
Dad.
the day of the hurricane or what?
Yeah, I was in the middle of the eye when it got calm. They were flying real good. Yeah, I just sat on my dust, but I just spinning around and around.
They can't fly too good during a hurricane. We can get them
Yeah,
easily.
he lit on the power line. Hope he holds on. Pow! There he went. I shot him, and he went to the next county. No, Rick, the Saturday when it came in after the hurricane. Woo, can't get nothing by this guy.
Nothing. I'm on top of it.
Oh man,
Dude, but hurricanes, I mean, they are a big part of the South. I mean, you're not gonna let me.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let me have.
I didn't
we own for hurricanes.
Yeah,
but
you can't. We don't because they go up the northeast coast as well.
yeah,
They're actually that whatever left of Hurricane Lee is like headed up to northern New England and Maine and all that right now.
yeah.
So-
I'm glad it turned though. We couldn't handle one running back through us again.
I knew that wasn't coming here.
Yeah, those ones that come from the ocean, they typically
They all come from the ocean.
no
Yeah.
from the Atlantic, not
Yeah.
the Gulf, but the
Thank
ocean.
you.
Because
Yeah,
they're- Because when you live where I live at, you either go to the ocean or you go to the Gulf. We say the coast or the Gulf if we're going fishing, because we can go either way.
they're both coasts. One's the Gulf Coast.
One
one's
has a
Atlantic
coast, but we say Gulf on the Gulf side.
They all have coasts.
Yeah.
Man, we gotta get you back in school.
I don't need to go back to school. I didn't learn shit there. You
It's
can't
showing.
tell. You can't tell.
You know, I got some oceanfront property in Kansas for sale.
I can kill a deer and I can paint a car. That's about all I need in life.
Hey man, got you this far. Why not?
It
Right?
does. It got me a long way.
Oh my gosh! But that's what keeps the podcast entertaining. Sometimes is actual Rick's geographical knowledge.
Man, there's so many people out there saying, "Man, that guy knows his crap, man."
Bless his heart.
Man, he sure knows his crap.
Oh my god!
You can bank on him.
No man, I'm trying to think what else. Like and of course I was one of them guys too because I've got one generator at the house. I had a smaller one, and I was like, well, you know, if power goes out, I can run refrigerator, freezer,
That's what we did.
charge my phone, you know, do that kind of stuff. And
Yeah.
I could actually hook up to the TV and blah blah blah. But the day before, our buddy John Michael, he said, "Hey man, one of my guys is buying a new generator, and they got one left, and it was bigger than the one I had." He's like, "Do you want me to get it for you?" He said, "We can wire it up in to run your whole house." I know I've told you about this, but I was like, "Man, I don't know." He's like, "Bro, it's gonna get bad." I said, "You're right." I said, "Get it." I said, "That way, if I bought it and the power didn't go out,
At least you have
I'd
it.
be like, well, I just wasted some money, but guess what? I'm ready for it."
You ready for the next one?
But I'm glad I got it. John Michael came over there. Page Heating and Air, by the way. Let's plug our boy.
Yeah, we
'cause
need to plug him in there.
one of the best guys
Super
in
good
the world.
dude. Yeah.
And he loves to help people. Great people. Page Heating and Air in Valdosta. But he came over and I went and picked the generator up at his house. He came back over and we wired it right into my panel box and got all that set up. And sure enough, man, power went out about 10 o'clock on the dot of that third day of the storm. I went out there, cranked her up, turned everything on. We were good to go, man.
Heck yeah. Is it a Generac?
Yes and no. Like the motor on it is a Generac motor, but it's another model, I guess.
Yeah.
Of Generacers. It's not like one of the big,
Yeah.
whole house. You know,
Yeah, them things
deep
get
gas.
$20,000-$30,000.
Yeah, I mean, I
They're
guess
expensive.
you can spend as much as you want to. I
Oh
promise
yeah,
you.
yeah.
But this one was like 900 6,000 watt running watts, and it ran my whole house, like
Heck yeah.
air conditioner and everything. So I was like, yeah, if
Yeah.
you live in the South,
You really
I would
need
highly
that.
recommend saving some money, getting one big enough to run your stuff for a few days, and it did really good on. I was surprised on the gas part of it. Like I turned it on at 9 o'clock one night, and on my breaker box I ran our air conditioner, our well, we have gas hot water, so it's it doesn't pull anything hardly, and then our master bedroom lights and bathroom and outlets. Like that's all I had turned on. That thing ran from 9 o'clock that night, and at 12:30 the next day it still had gas in it.
Wow.
I just turned it off to go do some stuff.
Just regular gasoline, not diesel or nothing like that.
No, I mean, and actually everybody's telling me you need to run ethanol free gas through those things.
Just so it don't gum up and all that.
If you
yeah.
let it sit. But
Yeah.
I mean, I know running it through there probably does a little bit to it. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, when you're a hurricane, you just who
Yeah.
cares? I mean, you
Yeah.
got to have, I'm not going camping and can select what I'm doing. Like I
Right.
need gas.
Yeah.
Period. So,
But this don't apply to you guys in Kansas.
Well, I mean, they have winter storms. They might need generators too.
This is hurricane generators, though.
Oh, they're different. They're different models.
This don't apply to their.
This one has an H on it. You can't use it in
this
K.
This don't apply to the Kansas beaches.
The Gulf of Kansas.
The Gulf of Kansas.
Wow.
Hey, but
man, it was crazy though. After that storm, I went to try to get some more gas because I was freaking out that I didn't have enough. But kind of found out I probably did. But with all that being said, man, that like the amount of trees down and power lines down, and I mean we drove through stuff like I was like, man, I'm gonna have 4 flat tires and total my truck trying to get around. Coming.
Oh yeah, it was bad.
We saw like there were so many trees down. I mean, like they're not gonna let the county people and whatever go out and clean up stuff until the storm's like
done. Yeah, it needs to be done.
And they're telling everybody, hey, y'all stay at home until we can clear the roads. That ain't gonna happen.
Telling a bunch of rednecks that is like.
So there were 122 that runs by my house. There were some guys went down through there, and they literally just rednecks like us got their chainsaws and was cutting treetops out so that you could at least get around the trees. And they did the best they could, but when it got dark, guess what? Here comes people riding around. Boom, running in the trees. Because it's dark, no power.
Yeah,
ain't like you got street lights.
Yeah,
in the country.
Well, and then the bad thing is about that is those trees are wrapped up in power lines too. Mm-hmm. So if you get to messing with a tree and just say that line still is live and it's wrapped in that tree, they're gonna have a mess.
Well, thank goodness it wasn't because 90% of the county
was out of power. So. Yeah, but it'd be my luck that it'd be that one power line that's still live and shocked me. But we couldn't leave our house like after the storm rolled through, we walked outside and I couldn't believe what I seen. I mean, we could not even leave the house. There was power lines wrapped in huge oak trees, and we couldn't drive at all. Yeah. Period. We couldn't go nowhere.
That's the same way at my house. Like I went out of my driveway and took a left. There was a tree in the road, and then if you went to the right, there were trees down. You could go a quarter mile or so.
Yeah.
A half mile, but. It's kind of a sobering experience because you're thinking, man, if something really happened right now, nobody can get to you.
Yeah, exactly. It was scary. That is a scary feeling.
Like you think about like if, something like, I saw one house in a subdivision somewhere I passed the other day. I forgot where it was at. I mean, it burnt down.
Because of the power?
I don't know what happened if it, I don't know what happened. But like right in the middle of this subdivision, this house was just toast.
Could have been just a regular fire that could have been put out by the fire department.
I mean, who knows? Somebody could have tried to run their generator through the dryer, or something crazy like that happened. But at the end of the day, nobody could get to it. It
kind of reminded me. It brought me back to like thinking about Katrina. Like real bad storms, like it was in Katrina, and then people. They're just pretty much helpless. I mean, they can't do nothing. I mean, especially if you would have just took what we went through right there and then flooded us. Just completely flooded us.
Yeah.
That would have been what them folks went through.
I mean, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, you know where you live. You know the risks associated with it.
Yeah.
You don't ever think, oh, this ain't gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
Just like a lot of things in life, you never think it's going to happen to you, but God's got other plans. Surprise.
Yep, he does.
Just when you think you got it figured out, here comes our curveball.
Yeah. But that's what we've been up to. And what's crazy is that we took a 2-week long vacation. Terry and I, we went to Africa on a big hunting trip, and we had all that planned out, to go on this trip. I had everything in the works here at the body shop with all of our guys and with everything. We had everything lined up perfectly, to work through this being gone 2 weeks. Well, we get back from this amazing trip. It was incredible.
We're going to talk about it on the next podcast.
Okay. All right. Yeah. But here's what I was getting at, though. I didn't realize that after being gone 2 weeks that I was going to come back to a week-long hurricane vacation. So basically that hurricane hit me personally at the worst time ever. Like it really screwed me up because we just come back from that vacation. Now here we are going to be without power for a week. I mean, we were essentially out roughly a week. So there was another week added on top of being gone on vacation. So it was like August was bad on us, was bad. So we're still trying to recover just from that situation. If the hurricane would have happened with us not been on vacation for 2 weeks, it probably wouldn't have been so bad,
Yep. Jason, poor Rick. Poor Rick. He had to go on vacation and come back and have problems. I mean, I feel so bad for him. It's so bad. I mean, you had Jason and everybody here running the show, balling out while you were gone. He probably got a lot more done when you gone and you
Jason,
here.
when I got back, Jason was like, God, I'm so glad you're home, man. God, it run him ragged.
He's probably like, hey, man, here's my letter. I'm out.
Here are my 2 weeks,
you go,
bro. You can't leave me again.
I can't do this.
That was a good lesson for him because he's never run the shop totally by
I
himself.
wonder why
like
he kept
that.
calling me. I just kept hitting ignore. I didn't know what he wanted. I figured it was that important. He left a message.
He was like,
he
"Save me."
texted me 911 7 or 8 times. I don't know. I thought he was just practicing.
But we got through it, and we're still trying to get through it. It's still recovery right now. So those storms, they don't just affect properties. I mean, they affect your livelihood too,
and your cars,
and your. Oh my gosh, man! When we finally were able to ride around the lake that we live on, there was cars with trees. I mean, just right through the center of them. There's houses that are demolished. You know, they got trees fell on them and whatnot. So we're going to be real busy on top of the deer running out in front of everybody now.
Oh yeah, it's coming.
It is coming. Deer season is already actually
body
in
shop
here.
season is close.
yeah. We don't look at it anymore as deer season. It's body shop season. Y'all go out there and push them deer out on the highway, please. Rick's body
Rick
shop.
needs to make some money this week. Deer, move.
Come on out.
Need a cold front just so Rick's business will pick up.
You know, and then I hear that there's one coming next week. I hear some little bit of cool down.
I hope so. This weekend's supposed to be hot, like in the 80s, I think.
Well, you know what? 80s is better than 90s and 100s.
Facts.
I'll take that any day of the week. People up north saying, "My God, 80, that's hot."
Yeah, I mean today's supposed to be 91 with a real feel of 100. So
yeah,
take that. Oh yeah, Friday 84. Yeah, that's about as good as we're gonna get. Then it looks like it stays in the 80s from now on and lows in the 60s. I will take it.
Yeah, 7-degree change to the good is we'll take it all day long.
We'll chip away at the iceberg.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's enough rambling for this week. Now you know how Southerners survive hurricanes on ice cream and beer with a side of one bottle of water and a piece of bread. And we look forward to doing more redneck stuff in the next storm.
Absolutely, guys. I hope y'all had a good time here with us and just come back for some more rambling.
And thank you, TikTok ladies. We love you.
Thank y'all. Yes, absolutely. Keep them coming.
Thank y'all for listening. Please tune in to the rest of this train wreck of a saga.
Yes.
I roll for you. Not in that way.